Hey everyone, hope you're well. Welcome back. Today I am going to be doing the Q&A. Today I'm going to be doing the Q&A that I put up on my Instagram. A couple of people replied, so I'm going to answer the questions. Also, somebody asked me to do a room tour, which I'll do as part of this video, just so it's all the same and it kind of makes it a bit lengthier. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do today. Currently, we have just finished rehearsals that were in the last vlog of our extra 2 shows that we've added on for our long cruise, which is approaching in the next week. So that's super exciting, and I'll vlog all of that because that's like a full month going all the way around Australia. The weather's getting better as well. We're finally into summer, which is what I've been waiting for. You accept a cruise ship contract and you're like, oh, like, I'm doing this, like, get out, be in the good weather, be in the sun, get away from like the UK and the rain. And then in reality, for like the first few months of my contract, it was like 36 degrees back home in London. And it was like, I mean, it was still nice here, it was still in the 20s, but it wasn't that hot. But no, it's coming into summertime here in Australia now, so the weather will get better, and it means when I come home for Christmas I'm going to have a nice tan, which is exciting. But yeah, let's just crack on with it and get into this video. Let's start with something nice and easy. So someone's asked me, obviously if people are watching this, they know that I am the worst eater in the world. So someone's asked me, is there a fast food restaurant on board the ship? There's not a fast food restaurant, but there is a burger bar and grill and a pizzeria upstairs on the deck, which we have access to as dancers. Pizza for lunch, like normally a burger, a hot dog and chips for dinner. Really bad, not healthy. Everybody else is sat with their mountains of salad, but what can you do? Somebody's asked if I still do musical theatre and how musical theatre is going. So yeah, obviously that's why I'm on the ship. I'm doing musical theatre on the ship. Well, more dancing than musical theatre at the moment. The person that's asked was in school with me, so I did 3 years of training in London and then I graduated last year. This is my first job since graduating, and yeah, it's going well. Can't complain. Cannot complain. So this question is like the hardest one to answer, and it's cruise ship secrets. Like, is there cruise ship secrets? And yes and no, there's cruise ship secrets. On the ship as such, there's not that many secrets because it's kind of an environment where everyone finds out everything about everybody. So there's not so much secrets on the ship, but I think it's quite a common thing in ships in general, where if someone might have a partner back home, say, then they've got a different partner on the ship, and then they just go back home to their partner as if nothing's happened. I think that's just quite a common thing on ships. If anyone's watching this has been on a ship and it's not the case, correct me if I'm wrong, but that is what I believe to be the case. People take wedding rings off, act like they're not married, act like they don't have children, and then just go back to that. So that's probably the biggest secret, but other than that, on the ship itself, there's not really any cruise ship secrets. Yeah. Okay. So I love this question because it's like giving me like the opportunity to just kind of answer it like completely honestly. And it's, what's been your biggest achievement so far? I would say that this is the biggest achievement, the cruise ship itself, so far, because it is my first job. Either that or getting into Lane, because that was like the one college that I really wanted to get into, so that was like also a really big achievement. But I would say that getting the cruise ship was my biggest achievement. But overall, achievement wise, I think a lot of dancers will relate to being told by like careers advisors and things that it's like an unrealistic career and you should have something else that you want to work towards that's more of a realistic career. So I think as well, the fact that I've achieved what I wanted to achieve in becoming a dancer and making money off of it, and like good money at that, is the biggest achievement. But being specific would be the cruise ship, yeah. Okay, so the next question is, where do you want to travel next? So we get a list at the end of our contract of like kind of options of cruises that are coming up with the company. We rank like our favourite to like least favourite of the options. So I've done like all my research already about where each ship's going next year, what the shows are, etc, etc, and I kind of know what ship I want to get on. And the ship that I want to get on, the itinerary is Mediterranean. You get the city and the beaches, which I love, and it also would mean that if I did travel there, that my mum and dad and my sister and all the family could come on the ship if they wanted to, and it would be a lot easier because obviously being in Australia it's really hard to get them here because it's like miles away. But yeah, so the next place I want to travel is definitely in the Mediterranean. Italy, I'd love to see Italy, and Greece, like Santorini. I'm dying to go to like that kind of places. So yeah, next question I'm gonna have to think about because I've got a couple of options. The next question is, what's been your favourite port and why? I love Cairns, in Queensland, just because like, if you want to go to the beach, like it's a little bit of a drive from the port, but it's fine and it's a nice beach, it's chilled, it's not too busy. But then also in the city centre of Cairns, like there's so many good restaurants, like, and like good places to eat and drink, like, and I love that. It's bad because I spend money, but I do love Cairns, and I also love, we only went to Melbourne and got stuck there for 3 days. I loved Melbourne as well. It just was a bit colder because it's down the bottom of Australia and it's not quite summer yet. So the next time we go back, when we do the long cruise round, I think that'll be a lot nicer because it'll be better weather. But yeah, I'd say that Cairns is probably my top choice. Or I love Brisbane as well. Everyone would think that I would say Sydney over Brisbane, but Brisbane port-wise isn't the best, but when you actually get into the centre of Brisbane, I love it so much. I think it's really pretty. Sydney's fab as well, but I think it would just be like, what's the word? Not stereotypical, but like common of me to say Sydney was my favourite port. But yeah. Okay, the next question is, what's been the hardest part of working on a cruise ship? And immediately my easiest answer to be for this at the current moment in time would be because my sister just had a baby before I left. I think the hardest part about being on the ship is missing her growing up. And she doesn't like to speak to me on the phone. She's like the chattiest baby in the world, and then just does not speak to me on the phone. It's really rude. But and she likes to try and hang up on me, so I love that. But I think that's been the hardest part about being on the ship, is missing that at home. And obviously missing family in general, but specifically that is like a big thing at the moment. But also, another thing that's hard about working on ships, being completely 100% honest, is like working where you live. It's like trying to find the balance of like, this is work, this is like normal life. I think that's quite hard, and like you're around the same people constantly, which is like fabulous, like lovely, brilliant, but you know what it's like when you're with your family or you're with people for too long, like you start to get really naggy with each other and you fall out over stupid things. So I think that's like another really hard part, is like trying to just like remain calm and like separate work from like leisure and just like not fall out with people. But like you fall out with people over the stupidest things, like it's ridiculous. Like if we all pulled ourselves out of the cruise ship life and like looked at what we were arguing at, like, and about, like we'd just all be like, what? Like, but because you're always with each other 24/7, you just fall out a lot. So it's life, I think. But yeah, I'd say that's another hard thing about cruise life. Okay, so I feel like a lot of people want to know this, and if I've not already told everybody, then they'll know now. When am I back in the UK? I'm back in the UK on the 29th of November. We fly from Australia on the 28th, and obviously it's 30+ hour flight. So we arrive back in the UK people, on the 29th. I arrive in London, and we'll stay in London for a little bit of time just to see people there before I travel home. Spend Christmas at home, be home for like a couple weeks, and then I go on holiday, and then I'll probably go back to London for a bit. I just love London and I miss it. And so then what I'll do is before I get whenever my next contract is, before I get on that, I will go home again, spend more time with family, and just kind of break up being at home and being in London so that I'm not in one place for too long, but I still get to see like my family and my friends. So if you asked this question or you wanted to know this question, answer, see you on the 29th. Next question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you miss your bestie? Got a lot of besties. I miss them all a lot. I hope I don't offend anyone. If I miss anyone, sorry. I miss Grace, I miss Katie, I miss Georgia, I miss Alex, I miss so many people. And I cannot wait to see them. And all my friends that do musical theatre, I'm like, can you just all come on the ship, like, and just be with me, like, be my, like, castmates? That would be fabulous, and then I wouldn't need to miss you all. But yeah, no, I miss them a lot. It is really weird not being with the people that you've previously surrounded yourself with for so long. And I think social media like makes it better but makes it worse at the same time, because you can still keep up with people, but then you can also see what you're missing out on at home or with them. And that's hard because like FOMO, like major fear of missing out, when they're doing like fun things, like even just like the basic things like going for like lunch with them or going to class. Like I see Grace going to class all the time, I want to go to class with her. And like Katie's moved into her new flat, I want to go and see her in her new flat. Like Georgia's just graduated, I want to see her. Like just like everything, like I just want to see all my friends, and I cannot wait. Like to be honest, like as much as I love it here, I cannot wait to be home and see everyone. So yeah, missing them on a scale of 1 to 10, solid 10. Solid 10. To expand on that, I then got asked, do you miss your family? I answered that obviously kind of a little bit about Maeve. Of course I miss my family as well. I think, not in a mean way, I think it's a lot easier with the family situation because I'm used to only seeing my family now with being at college and things every couple of months. So when I go home, I know it'll be like I've not been gone, and like it'll be amazing, and I'll get to tell everyone about everything that's gone on and see everyone and get loads of hugs and everything like that. I'm so used to seeing my friends all the time in London. Whereas with my family, I would be gone normally for nearly half a year and then come back and just act like nothing had happened and I hadn't been gone for half a year. And that's just what I've done here. It's just like being in London, but I'm not, I'm across the world. But yeah, of course I miss them as well. And just as I would when I'm in London. So yeah, when I get home, I can't wait. It'll be nice because it'll be Christmas, which is obviously like the most family orientated time of year. So it'll be nice to spend it with them all. And yeah, that's that. What else? Question 2 from the same person. Have your eating habits changed since you're catering for yourself? Absolutely not. Salad, no. Greens, no. Vegetables, no. Pizza, yes. Burgers, yes. Hot dogs, yes. Chicken nuggets, absolutely. Yeah, no. They've not changed. I tried. It's hard as well when you're on a ship because you don't have full range of what you eat. So there's some nights I can eat a lot healthier when there's more chicken options. It just depends what's on the menu, to be honest. There's guests there. On the whole, still eating like junk food constantly. And also snacking constantly. But it's alright, I dance all the time. Okay, next question. Will you miss the cruise when it's over? Yeah, I'll miss the cruise when it's over, but hopefully I will have been offered another contract by the time it's over. So yes, I'll miss the cruise. I'll miss a lot of people that I've made friends with outside of my own department, as well as the people that I've made friends with in my department. I will miss the cruise. And I'll miss the people, but hopefully I'll have another contract so I won't need to worry as much. And I'm going home to see my family, to see my friends, to go on holiday, just as I've said. So, pros and cons to everything, really. Pros and cons to everything. And now, dream role in TV or theatre. Dream isn't really a role. I do want big dreams. I'd love to have my own talk show or reality show or something like that, which is obviously why I've started doing this vlogging thing, to get myself like used to being with a camera and talking to people without people actually being there. But I'd love to, like, I don't know, like, I'm such an ensemble boy, like I love just being in the ensemble and like creating your own little characters. And I'd love to do Hairspray, I would love to do Grease, I'd love to do so many different shows. But yeah, I think Hairspray is probably, theatre wise, my like top choice to be like one of the nicest kids. Even if it was on a ship or on a tour or West End, whatever. But yeah, that's my TV and theatre dreams. Okay. Do you do crew duties on board? So with Princess, I don't know, did I mention it in another vlog? I think I said it roughly. On the 2 smaller ships, I believe it is, just the 2 smaller ships, which is one of the ones I'm on, you do extra duties to help the cruise ship staff with things like little adventure, like golf, or like, I don't know, like football shootout, just like little activities around the ship, not a lot. We do help with that, but on the bigger ships they don't do it, which is good. And it's not like crazy or anything, it's part of your contract, it's really easy, it's nothing major. You don't tend to do it on a port day, so you're not missing out on being in the ports. It's only really ever when you're at sea, so it's kind of nice to have that extra little something to do. How long was the audition process to get booked? I booked this job in April. I graduated in July of the previous year, so it took a little bit of time. I feel like as well, like, I got this job, like this was the first audition I did after I got my braces off. Like, I'm not trying to say like that meant anything, but like it does make me think like maybe they were being quite nitty picky with like that kind of thing, like, oh, he's got braces. I'm not saying that was all, like maybe I just wasn't good enough or whatever for the job. But yeah, for Princess it was a day audition. It was a couple of hours. We did our first routine, they did a cut, we did a second routine, which was, the first routine wasn't from any of the shows, it was just like a generic, like kind of commercially routine. Then the second one was from one of their shows, it was quite Fosse styled. Then they did another cut. Oh, there's Julia. Then they did another cut, and then they just made us do like leg holds, turns, things like that. And they did another cut. And then from there, they sat us down, they let us ask questions, they kind of talked us through what the job would be like if we got offered it. We filled in some forms, just telling like about like our basic, like what we had, where we had trained, what we had done, like our ability in like different areas of dance. And then they got back to you like a couple weeks later. And that was kind of the audition process. Now they audition all over the world and they audition multiple times in locations. So there are hundreds and hundreds of people audition. But they're really good at getting back to you super quick, which is so nice. It just means you know you've got something, or you know you don't. It was one of the nicer auditions I had done. And yeah, that was just in Pineapple in London, in the centre of London. So yeah. So the top drawer that I have here is literally just for underwear. And then the next drawer down that I have, I just like to put random bits and bobs, cleaning stuff, extra light bulbs that I've managed to get my hands on, some masks, batteries, things like that. And then I've got my socks drawer. And then just in this bottom drawer here, I just put some little bits and pieces. So like my roller, my hair stuff, because up on the top there, I've got my hair dryer just there. So I like to just keep that just there, and some spare towels. And then underneath the desk, I've got 2 bins. So I just keep this one with all like my sprays and things in. And there's that one I use this one here. I just put some fabric softener in it once it was done, and I just use that just to like spray the bed, keep it nice and fresh. And then I've got a surface cleaner in a Febreze. Got all my water in there to keep me hydrated, my fan because the aircon is no such thing in my room and it gets hot. Then in my top drawer here, I just keep my glasses, belts, bow ties, hat at the back, just little bits like that. The next drawer down I've got my uniform, which I've done all nicely. And then the bottom two drawers, I just have noodles in there, just in case I'm a fussy eater, so just in case there is anything, well that drawer is rubbish, just in case there's anything that, any night that I don't have anything that I like to eat. And then up in the top here, I've got my TV remote, my LED light remote, my phone, air freshener, some extra sockets, some extra sockets over there. And then down here, this is just kind of like, you know when you have that drawer that just has everything in it, like literally everything. Electronics in there, like some bits and bobs in there, money, lip balms. I use these two little extra tins. I put my silver jewellery in the blue and then my gold jewellery in the red. And just like little bits and pieces. Don't ask me why I've got that. It's literally still in its packet. But yeah, so I just keep all of that in there. Next drawer down just has any t-shirts that aren't black or white plain t-shirts. And then my kind of like jogger shorts kind of thing. And then just a spare pair of denim shorts because they didn't fit in this next drawer. So in here I've got my nice shorts on this side and then my swimming trunks on this side, which you can see. And then the bottom drawer just has two caps, bedding, spare bedding, and white and black t-shirts in there. And then I've got some shoes there and some bags there, which is just in a kind of display. And then my aftershaves up the top there, which I've got. And then just along here, I have my speaker box and my laptop box, my camera, my speaker. This is just a little pin map of where we've travelled. Some coral that Julia stole me from the reef. Oops, sorry. This is a little thing about when we crossed the equator, etc, etc. Birthday cards and things for people. My photo from Lone Pine with the koala. Little Maeve. Just little bits and bobs in there. And then into my wardrobes. Apologies, I tried to clean these mirrors and apparently they hate me. So up the top of the wardrobes is just where, oh look how dusty that is, let's not show that. It's just where we keep life jackets. Now obviously I'm by myself, so I only need the one life jacket and hat. And then I've got some spare hangers up on this one. And I keep my ladder here because as you can see, I've got my top bunk up and away, as I only need the bottom bunk for myself. So that's handy. But yeah, let's get inside the wardrobes and have a look. Okay, so inside my first wardrobe, this is kind of like my, this is like my daytime kind of wear. So I've got my tracksuits up the top, some like shirts and cords, jeans on the end. Got my washing basket down the bottom and some extra bedding, and then in the bottom there is 4 pairs of trainers. And then my just kind of everyday bum bags in there. And then in this other one, this is like more of like my kind of nighttime. So there's some spare bits up there, some spare joggers, some towels, and then down here is like my shirts, my suits, kind of like all of my nighttime things in this wardrobe here. So it's super handy to just have the 2 wardrobes as well to separate my nighttime and my daytime. When you move around from the wardrobes, obviously you pass the bed. You get this little bit here, which I used to use as a laundry. The bottom one, I won't lie to you, is just kind of got little random bits and pieces, including my suitcase, another pillow that I didn't need. Then it's got my lovely sliders. I use this one for my food. So as you can see in there, I've got some snacks, some drinks. I do also have seasoning and things, and people would think I'm weird, but sometimes you just need to add a little bit of something to your food. And then in the back of this one, I've got all my cleaning products for when I'm doing my washing, my medical bag, and then my hair, my deodorant, my moisturizer, and all my sun creams. At the top, just any medications I need, and sunglasses. And then my bathroom, which I'll take you into now. Okay guys, so this is the bathroom. Apologies about the rubbish in the bin. So you got like the mirror there, shower there. So that's all fine. So then I just keep some towels up here, my face towel here, cotton buds, retainer box, teeth whitening, some face cleanser. In here I have some little perfume things and another retainer box. In this one I have shaver, nail cutters, razor, cream, etc, etc. Then in this one I just pop my retainers and floss. Then I have my diffuser down here and my toothpaste and toothbrushes in there. Don't ask why I've got so much toothpaste. And then yeah, down the bottom is just my bin and my toilet roll. So yeah. And then this is my wall that I added in. I don't know why, don't ask. After the bathroom, you also have, some rooms have a little pin board, so I've just absolutely filled my pin board. So it's got little notes that I got for my birthday. A little photo. Hi!
Hey.
Just doing my room tour. Just explaining this. Yeah, and then I just have this itinerary sheet, which I cross off. Some name badges that I had extra. These are my extra work forms I have to fill in. So that's all nice and handy. And then here is obviously back to this section with my desk. And then just behind the door, these aren't meant to be here, they're getting rid. I've got some bags up here. I've got both my suitcases, 1 and 2, and then I just keep like jackets and just like hoodies and things. Just some spare ones in there, just for easy to get to. And then my mask I keep on the back of the door. There, and I think that's basically most of the room, to be honest. I'll now give you a quick show of what it looks like at night when I put my lights on. But yeah, I hope that justifies everything. I'm very lucky to have my own room. Okay, hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. It was my longest vlog yet, which I did not think was going to be the case. I've just started filming my next vlog, which is going to be our month-long around Australia, so that's super exciting and I cannot wait for that. I'm just going to twist you this way so you can see Sydney. But yeah, I just thought I'd come on and just say bye and clean off this vlog, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again in a number of weeks. Big love, and yeah, peace out.